In this episode of What's in the Box, we take a look at Warhammer Age of Sigmar's new starter set, Soul Wars. How's it going, fellow gamers? My name is Colby. Thank you for stopping by. In today's episode of What's in the Box, we are going to be unboxing a game that I have been looking forward to for quite some time, and that is the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Soul Wars set that is for... It's great for starters that are wanting to get into the tabletop gaming but didn't know where to start. It has all of the new rules for Age of Sigmar, which is great, and gives you 2 full armies. But there's also a lot of other really cool things within the box. It's something that me and my wife have been talking about doing for a while, but we didn't know where to get started. It was all pretty intimidating for beginners, and trying to figure out the best way to go to see if it's really a game that you might like or might not. But with this box set, they try to make it a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I will unbox it, and then after I get done unboxing it, I will come back and give you my thoughts on how this works for people that are wanting to start out in tabletop gaming. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and open up the box and see what's inside. Alright, first thing you see, the artwork is just absolutely spectacular. They went all out on this box, that's for sure. On the front, you've got the 2 armies that come in the box fighting each other, and then you've got the Stormcast figure here with the symbol and everything for Age of Sigmar. The box is huge. It's 17.5 inches by 12 inches. And then the depth of it is about 4 inches. I actually weighed this to see how much it weighed, and it was 6.72 pounds. So it's almost 7 pounds of stuff in this box, which is just incredible. You flip it over, and it's got some really cool artwork on the back as well. Kind of shows you what models you're going to be getting in the game. All of the models in this picture are what you get in the box. The box comes with 52 models, and that's 2 full armies altogether. And the models are easy to put together. They're the easy snap, I guess you could call them, which makes it really nice for people getting started with this game like me and my wife are. We've actually never played Warhammer, and so this is going to be our first time really digging into the game. We've painted a lot of the models, but we've never really actually played. With this set, it gives us everything we're going to need. And with that being said, let's go ahead and open it up. The cool thing about this is when you open it up, it just slides out like this. And you've got more artwork. And this artwork's just gorgeous as well. This is actually the same artwork that's on the front cover that you're seeing in the background. And it's just awesome to see this. And inside that box, when you open it up, there is all of the model sprues. They are all in here together. You've got all of your bases, and then all of the models are right here together. And if you look, you can actually tell that each one is kind of a snap together model. It looks intimidating, and it looks like there's a lot here, but I will try to make a video showing how to put these together to help everybody out on putting them together, because I know there's going to be a lot of people that are watching this video that are new to Age of Sigmar and new to Warhammer. Like I said, this will actually be my first time to put together the snap fit models. Usually I get the ones where we have to glue everything together and do all that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to try those out. Once you move that, and again, like I've said, I went ahead and opened everything up to make sure everything was there before I did the unboxing. Because I'd hate to do an unboxing and then not everything be in there. So whenever you get it, all of this stuff right here will come together shrink wrapped. So inside that shrink wrap, you will find the Warscrolls for each of the models. Let me zoom in here and I can kind of show you a little bit. But for like the Knight Incanter, here's his Warscroll. He can move 5 inches. He can take up to 5 wounds. He has a range of 2 with his Incanter's staff. 3 attacks, 3+ to hit, so you roll a dice and you'll be able to, on a 3 or higher, you will hit. 3+ to wound, so you roll again, and if you get a 3+, you wound. The rend, what that is that goes against the opponent's armor. So whenever you're in battle, they will have a certain amount of armor. This takes away one of those armor. So it's pretty interesting the way that all of that works. But there are the Stormcast Eternals, Warscrolls. This is the Lord Arcanum. He's got a lot more stuff to him, a lot more information, a lot more that he can actually do. So his is just a little bit bigger than the others. Then you have this Celestar Ballista, the Castigators, and these guys are really cool as well. They have a range of 18 when they're using their Thunderhead Greatbow, which is awesome. The Sequitors, the Evocators, the Knight Incanters, and that is what you get with the Stormcast Eternals. And then over here we've got the Knight of Shrouds. You've got the Guardian of Souls, which all of these models are just absolutely gorgeous. It blows me away, the stuff that Warhammer's able to do now. The Lord Executioner is really cool. I love that he's carrying a noose, or a hangman's noose, and the spirits are going around him and all that. The Spirit Torment. And so, as you can tell, it's got all the description, their abilities. This one can fly, so it can move over terrain without having to use any of its movement to do that. You got the Grimghast Reapers. You've got the Glaive Wraith Stalkers. Let me go back to the Grimghast and show their abilities here. And you've got the Glaive Wraith Stalkers. Movement of 6. They take 1 wound, so whenever they get hit, you just remove one of the models. You've got the Chain Rasp Horde, which those are really cool. They're all like chained together, and then if you look, some of them actually have tombstones that are on their bases, and it's just really cool. Like I said, all the models in this game are just gorgeous. So there's those, and then you've got the core rules book. I'll come back and go over that in just a few minutes. You've got the Battle of Glimsforge, which is the lore for Age of Sigmar. This kind of gets you started in the lore of Age of Sigmar. This is something you want to read before you start playing the game. This will give you the details on why the armies are fighting, what's going on in the world, that kind of stuff. This is one thing that they've added to Age of Sigmar since since the game came out. A lot of people were complaining that there wasn't enough lore for the game and enough detail and background on what was going on in the world of Sigmar, in the Age of Sigmar. And so with 40K, there's just so much lore and so much backstory out there. But granted, 40K has also been out for years and years and years. But Age of Sigmar is new, and it really hasn't had a lot of time to get a lot of lore together, but this is actually the start of the lore. So that's definitely something to read for sure. Then you've got the Start Here manual. Gives you information about everything, tells you exactly what comes in the box and how everything is used. Gives you a little bit of background information on the Legions of Death and the Stormcast Eternals, the two armies that you're going to be playing with. Start Playing gives you just kind of a basic overview. And then First Blood, this is the battle plan that it gives you in this set. And with this battle plan, it tells you exactly how both teams set up their armies. One side sets up over here, one side sets over here. With Age of Sigmar and just Warhammer in general, you have to. This game is played on a 2 foot by 2 foot minimum area, and that can be on the floor, it can be on a table, it can be wherever you need it to be. But the smallest it can be is 2 foot by 2 foot, and then it can get bigger from there depending on how big of an army you have or how much terrain you want, all that kind of stuff. And I'll kind of explain more about terrain and different things like that in just a few minutes. Under that, you will find a how-to booklet on how to put all of the Stormcast Eternals and the Night Haunts together. It gives you a picture of all the sprues, and then it also shows you how to snap everything together. And kind of like I was talking about, if you look, they just snap into each other, and you are good to go. There's not really a lot of tiny pieces that you have to worry about, and it's really nice and quick to get done. I talked to somebody a couple of days ago at one of the game stores here and asked them how long it took them to set up their demo set, and they said probably about 30 to 45 minutes to put all of the models together. So that's definitely nice. That obviously doesn't include painting it and doing all that if you want to do that. But to get them put together, it doesn't take long at all. So there's everything there. And then in the back of this book, it gives you a painting guide to show you all of the different paints that you're going to need from Games Workshop or Citadel, and kind of gives you a painting guide. There's also guides on Warhammer's YouTube channel, which I will also put a link to at the bottom of in the information below. And then you get this bad boy. And this thing is absolutely stunning. The artwork is amazing. You can see it's got kind of the shiny to it, and the book is, it's thick. This is a huge book, and this is the definitive guide to the world's greatest fantasy miniature game. This is the lore. This is everything about Age of Sigmar. It gives you all the details, everything you need to know. The back of it is obviously gorgeous as well. There's so many models that you can add to the game, and it's just gorgeous, and I'll come back to that as well. You look, and it looks like everything's out of the box. You've got a really cool symbol here, but you raise it up, and there's some more little fun stuff in here. You've got a couple of the bases that wouldn't fit in that box for some of the bigger models. Then you've got the decals that you put on the Stormcast Eternals if you want to put those on there. I don't know if I'll put them on mine. I got to find out if I really need them or not. But here's these that you put on there when you're done painting them. You've got a next steps checklist to kind of let you know where to go from here, and if you need anything else, what to look for. Then this is great. It comes with a 1 foot ruler, which makes it a lot easier than using a tape measure. I like that it comes with a ruler. We've played Star Wars X-Wing and we have Legion, and we really like that those have the rulers that come with them. It makes it just a little bit easier than trying to use a tape measure. in our opinion. Some people love the tape measures, and that's great. Another cool thing is it comes with Soul Wars, the sample chapter, the first chapter in the new book that is coming out the day that Soul Wars comes out. And it is the first chapter in the book. And this kind of starts the Age of Sigmar lore. The Soul Wars is going to be the first book in the series. And it's done by Josh Reynolds, and you actually get the first chapter of the book in this box. And I actually read this earlier, and it is awesome. The story is so cool. I can't wait for it. I'm going to definitely go pick it up and read it for sure. And then the last thing it comes with are some really nice dice. These are clear turquoise looking dice, and they are just awesome. My wife absolutely loves them, but turquoise is also her favorite color, so it was a win for her for sure. So that's what you get in the box. Let me get this stuff put back in here, and I will go back to the rule book and kind of show you what the rule book and the core book have in it, so you can kind of get a little bit more detail. Okay, now that we've got all that moved, here is the core rules. This is actually a little bit bigger than the original for Age of Sigmar. When the first set came out, I believe it was 4 pages, and it was nothing but writing. So it was really hard to kind of understand for people that were new to the series and didn't know how to play these type of tabletop games. And with the new setup and the new box set, they actually expanded the rules to where it is now 18 pages. And if you look, it's got artwork, there's explanations on different things that are going on. Like if you look in the picture here, it says all models from the same unit must be within 1 inch of at least one other model from their unit. The leader of this unit of Stormcast Eternals could not be placed in the position shown above, as he would be more than 1 inch away from any other model from his unit. So that kind of shows you that he's 3 inches away instead of being 2 inches for them to be together. And a unit is all of the same type of models. It's not everybody on one army. So, and then it gives you kind of information on how everything works. You've got re-rolls, roll-offs, units, battle plans, Warscrolls, the armies, which battle plans, before fighting a battle, you must pick a battle plan to use. The battle plan will tell you how to set up the battlefield where each army will be set up, any special rules that apply to the battle, and most importantly, what you need to do in order to win. And then it says you can find more about battle plans on page 11. Warscrolls, the Citadel miniatures in Warhammer Age of Sigmar are referred to as models. Each model has a Warscroll. Each provides all of the information needed for using the model in a game. You can find more about the Warscrolls on pages 13-14. Some models can be included in formations known as Warscroll battalions, which provide additional rules. You can find more about that on a certain page. So it kind of gives you all that information. It's a great beginner's guide for sure. Kind of gives you all the information on battle rounds. Goes from hero phase to movement phase, shooting phase, charge, combat phase, and battle shock phase. One thing they did add, which I'll talk about more in detail in just a little bit, is now you can go over terrain. So used to, when there was a fence, you couldn't go over it, but now you can go over it. But say that your model can move, let's say 12 inches, kind of like this here. You've got the model here, the Lord Arcanum, and so it can move 4, but then it comes to a fence. They have to measure the fence, and the fence is 2 inches tall. So that's another 2. So now they've moved 6. They have to move another 2 to go down over the fence. So that's 8, and then they can move 4 more inches for the 12. And it kind of explains all of that in here. That's, like I said, that's something new they added to this set of rules. The first rules did not have that. And so that's kind of a nice addition that they made. Then it kind of talks about the attacking and gives you pictures of everything that's going on. The rule book is great. When I read this, I didn't have any issues understanding exactly what was going on or what needed to be done. They did a great job of explaining everything. You've got how to take out one of the models whenever they're killed, all that kind of stuff. There's tons of different explanations and pictures. It tells you about terrain and how everything with terrain works. Obviously, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this just because I want you to be able to enjoy reading it and do that kind of stuff for yourself as well. First Blood, it explains that again. You've got Warscrolls, you've got Realm of Battle, Warscroll battalions, allegiance abilities, and just kind of some more information there. And then on the back, it's got a pretty cool symbol. Moving on, we've got the Battle of Glimsforge, which is kind of the Soul Wars lore and the kind of just the lore of what's going on. And so this is great. This is definitely where you want to start if you want background on exactly what's going on and why everything the way that it is. But it's, I mean, the detail and just all of the extra little stuff they put into these books is amazing. I opened this up last night and I was just blown away. I love everything that they've done with these books. It's top notch for sure. It's definitely worth the money. I mean, it seems like a lot at first, but with everything you get, it is definitely worth it. I have no regrets on paying what I did for this, for sure. So there's the Battle of the Glimsforge. I didn't go into any detail because I want you to be able to do that yourself. Then we come to this huge honking thing here. This is actually, how many pages is this? 320 pages. So, and I mean, this book is thick. Again, you have that same picture, which I can't get tired of that. And then you have that, which that just is absolutely amazing. I would love to get a big picture of this and have it hanging on my wall. But this is a lot of lore and a lot of detail. Kind of gives you factors in the mortal realms, the Tale of Aeons. It gives you all of the background, tells you about how to play the game, gives you information on building and painting models. It's kind of your all-round book to lead up to exactly what's going on in Soul Wars. And it's just full of information. And the artwork, I mean, it's just, it's crazy what all's in here. You've got the gold bookmark piece that you can use, and shows you all the different models that are in each faction, gives you pictures of everything. And so it's, like I said, there's just so much to this book. It would take hours to go through it. It gives you a lot of different battle plans that you can use for the games. Tells you how to do narrative play. I mean, there's 3 different types of ways to play. And it explains all 3 back here in this book. It's just, like I said, it's incredible. But yeah, there's so much information, and again, I'm not going to go into any details. You've got matched play, so you can kind of enjoy going through it yourself. But yeah, that is what is in the box, and like I said, there is so much to this game, and I can't wait to start playing it. And there you have it. That is what is in the box for Soul Wars. There's a lot in the game. For the price, I think it's definitely worth it. The price for this whole box is $160. But with everything you get, you could get this box and then not ever have to get anything else. to play the game. Like, everything you need is in the box. The Warscrolls are great because you don't have to carry around the rule book. You can just have the Warscrolls with you, and it takes care of everything. And then having just the lore to Age of Sigmar, which has not been around yet. This is really the first time they've brought lore and storylines to Age of Sigmar and gave it more depth. I think that's a great thing to do and a great thing to put into a starter set, for sure. Excuse me. That way, people that don't really know much about the Warhammer world and all that kind of stuff, like I don't know a lot of the story behind everything because I got into this genre just a little bit too late, and there's so many books and such a huge story to Warhammer. But being that Age of Sigmar is so new that we are just now starting to get into the lore and the backstory of where everything came from is awesome. And having that first chapter to the Soul Wars book makes it even better. Because by getting this box, you can read that chapter and decide whether this storyline is going to be something you want to read or not. And I looked online, and it looks like this is book 1. So there's going to be a lot more books coming out for it. The core rule book being 18 pages and having all of the pictures and everything that it does, I love that. I am not one of those people that can sit and read and understand everything from what I'm reading. I need pictures, and I like having videos and having different ways of looking at how something is done. Because when I picture it in my head, it's not always the right thing. Just like talking about going over the fences. I would have thought you go up, go over 2 inches, and then back down, so I would have lost 2 inches of movement on that. But just little things like that. And I like that Games Workshop has now put in the whole idea of being able to get over fences and do different things like that, because from what I've heard before with Age of Sigmar, you couldn't go over fences. It was just kind of like an obstacle that you couldn't go around, or that you had to go around, you couldn't go over. And so now you're able to do that, and that makes it a lot cooler. Another thing that they have done is whenever you are in close combat with the other player, you used to be able to turn around and shoot at somebody that was on the other side of the board, kind of thing, if they were in range. Now you can't do that if you're a certain distance away. I think it's 3 inches away from an enemy. So that, just kind of those little things to tweak and fix the rules really, I think, helps with the depth and the playability of the game. And then, I mean, just getting this book. This book is phenomenal. Everything that's in it, it gives you so much information, and I can't wait to sit down and read through that entire thing. But as a whole, I think this is an incredible way to start with tabletop gaming. It gives you everything you need, so many miniatures, and they're all snapped together, easy to put together models. And I think what I'm going to do is try to do tutorials on how to put the models together. If that is something you would like to see, please leave a comment in the comments section, and I will start doing that in the next couple of days. If you have any questions or feel like I have missed anything, please let me know. As always, I really appreciate everybody stopping by. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and the like button. I'm going to be doing a lot more unboxing videos in the near future. I've gotten quite a few games in the past couple of weeks, and I am going to do unboxings for all of them. And one of them I will be doing, but I might be doing it a little differently, is Gloomhaven. I actually got a copy of that. I am putting the Broken Token tray together right now, so I will probably do an unboxing to show how the Broken Token system works, because I don't want to show too much on Gloomhaven, because I don't want to give any spoilers. But I'm going to do that. I also got Fallout and still have Legends of Andor, and there's Arkham Horror, and just a couple of other games that I will probably do unboxings of for you all. But as for now, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Leave your comments below. And thank you so much. Oh, I hope you all have a great rest of your day and a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.